Okay, so on the topic of being more confident, what are your thoughts?
Oh man. My thoughts with that, I would say my number one key to confidence is to honestly just tell yourself that, like, who cares? Like, who cares what you do? The only opinion that matters about what you do is yourselves.
Yes, that's so true.
And I feel like once you find that out, then literally life's gonna be a lot more fun.
Yeah, life is so much more fun.
Like when you really just care about what you think about yourself and like how you can, make yourself better. Both mentally, spiritually, all that.
Yeah, mentally, physically, spiritually, like mind, body, soul,
it's
everything.
Like focusing on yourself, I'm telling you.
Yes, and then like focusing on the different energies you want to be around.
True.
And like, am I making myself proud?
Absolutely.
Am I making myself feel good? Am I making my body feel good?
That's a good thing to ask yourself, honestly, every day, I would say.
Yes, every single day, like every morning, like...
Like waking up and saying, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is
yes,
it for the right reasons?
Am I happy with what I'm doing? Do I love what I'm doing? Like, or am I just, no, I'm just getting up today because I know I have to, and I know I have to go to this, but I don't want to.
And it doesn't have to be anything big. Like, it can literally be about, like, just washing your face. Like, am I doing this for the right reason? Or am I doing this because I want to love myself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, am I taking care of myself?
Literally.
Because I want to? Or am I just doing it just because I know I have to? Because some people don't.
Yeah, no, really. But it's like a sense of, I guess, awareness of yourself. I would say, like, understanding who you are and what you bring to the world.
Yes, and another thing with confidence is just like simple things like your posture, how you're holding yourself.
Absolutely, the eyes. I think people's eyes is very important for confidence.
Yes, like actually,
like quiet and just so like calm and collected.
Yeah, like in my opinion, your eyes are like the most important thing.
I agree.
For every situation, all of your body language, talking, like everything. Your intent is in your eyes.
Literally, yes.
Your passion is in your eyes. Your mood is in your eyes. Even if you're trying to show that you're super happy and bubbly, if you're actually sad in that moment, even if you're trying to fake it, like people who pay attention can see it in your eyes. And like whenever I'm performing or like dancing, like competition, whenever I was a competitive dancer, my dance teachers would always tell me, like, I can just see it that you're not confident in yourself right now. Like, please just get it out of you. Like, just show us that you're relaxed into what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Tell yourself that.
But then when
like,
when you tell yourself that, then it all changes, huh?
Yes. And it's crazy that you say that because it was my second competition of my senior year. The first competition, I did my solos well. I danced through them. But everyone kept saying, and the judges, my dance teachers, my mom, my friends, everyone was just like, I just know you have more in you. Like, I know I can see more in your performance.
That says a lot about them, though, too. Like, they wanted the best for you.
Yeah. They definitely pushed me in a good way, a loving way.
Absolutely.
And they said, like, I can just see it that you could just give more confidence in yourself. And even the judges said that.
Wow.
So I listened to that, and I just kept saying, like, yeah, okay, I'll just be more confident. But I didn't fully understand it yet.
Yes.
And then right before the second, like, competition, somehow, like, clicked in my head a little bit. And then right before I went on stage, I, did my normal prayer. And then instead of, like, walking on stage as they announced me, the only thing I added was I was walking on stage. And as I'm walking on stage in my head, I'm like, okay, remember, this is for you. This is for no one but you. Make yourself proud first before you make everyone else proud.
Wow.
Like, yes, of course, I want to make my dance teachers and my mom and whoever else proud.
So many people, yeah.
But the main person I want to make
at the end of the
myself.
day, at the end of that solo.
Because at the end of the solo, if I do poorly, I'm beating myself up here. And that hurts your confidence.
That does. That really does.
So I finally just said, I believe in myself. And I hit my post. And I did my solo like I've never done it before. Like, it was crazy. And then what I really didn't expect was during the award ceremony, they announced, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. And it was all my friends who are amazingly talented at my studio. And I was like, wow, I didn't place. So in my head, I'm like, okay, even when I am confident, it's still not good enough. Well, next thing you know, the drum roll and they say, You Don't Know Me by Aaron Somerville. And I was just like chills went through my body. Like, I actually started crying, like happy tears. Like, it was the best moment of my life.
Aww.
And that moment finally happening gave me confidence.
Mm-hmm.
More than I even got from whenever my teachers kept saying, like, I know you have more, I know you have more.
Exactly.
The judges saying that, yes, that gave me confidence, but then that moment finally happening, it put it all together.
The time finally came.
And my teacher, because whenever I was 3 years old, she would say, like, come on, Erin, I know. Well, from whenever I was like 3 to like 8, the girls were kind of like, they were kind of mean. They were really mean to me, if I'm being honest.
Sorry, no.
But, like, she would always just be like, Erin, I know, like, sometimes you struggle now, but you really, like, one day, you're going to come out on top.
Mm.
And back then, I didn't believe her. But now I do, because I finally got my moment, my senior moment, winning first place in my solo. And then I got a scholarship for this performing arts college that we're at, and everything just worked out so great, and I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay that I struggled through it, because it makes you stronger, and struggling and failing, and then like just getting back up and trying it, that develops a confidence in you in itself, because now I am confident. If I go to an audition and I fall on the floor, I'm gonna walk out of that room with, I'll probably be like, what did you just do? In my head, I'll probably beat myself up a little bit, but I still will be like, okay, I know I'm better than that. I know I can redeem myself.
Exactly.
I just wasn't meant to get that job.
Exactly. It's like being so content with who you are.
Yes.
And where you're at.
And like being confident in yourself, and like knowing yourself, and knowing
what you can do. Yeah,
and knowing like, okay, maybe like I was just off today because that's how it was meant to play out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not meant to be hired for that job.
Yeah.
Or I was not meant to be put in this dance. Or I was not meant to sing this song well. For whatever reason. I was not meant to do my acting scene that way today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything works out, even if in the moment it seems like, why is this happening to me? Like, oh my gosh, like, wow, I'm doing this so bad. But like, the confidence in like, okay, I failed, but I learned something from it. And now for my next experience, I know like what not to do, or like, let's try to not let that happen again, type of thing.
Yeah. I agree. It's like really like, I feel like also confidence, it's not easy to find. It's not easy to
not at all
invoke. It takes time, and like you said, I feel like it also takes that struggle of you like finding out that, you're human.
Yeah.
And you're, you can go to weaknesses. But then you overcome it, and you realize I'm so much stronger than I think I am.
Yes.
And that's what leads to confidence.
Confidence is also like, just even in like daily social interactions. Like,
True.
Are you confident enough to walk up to someone and be like,
I like your outfit.
Hey, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like your outfit, or I like your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Your makeup is amazing today.
Or even just be like, or even like something like, hey, how do I get to the subway?
Yes, I was just, like
You
in the airport. Am I confident? Like, now I am, but a few years ago,
Yeah.
if I would have had to fly by myself, like I just had to, I would have not been confident enough to walk up to a stranger and been like, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you help me?
And that's the thing, it's so scary to do, but like taking that risk, once you do it, you're like, okay, why was I so scared to do this?
Yes, it's like, wasn't that bad?
like once you do it, you get out of the way, you're like, okay, Now what? Now what else can I do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing more.
And like even like, oh, this is a big one. Driving.
Oh God! Don't even talk to me about driving.
I was so not confident with driving.
The first time ever, I was like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna get my license.
I didn't get my license until I was 17.
Me too.
Like almost 18.
Me too.
And that's totally okay because I waited till I was mentally ready. Exactly. Which is I think that's very important. Like if you're not confident in driving, maybe you shouldn't do it because you're probably gonna kill someone.
Exactly. Like that's a safety
or yourself.
Thing. That's a safety thing for sure.
Yeah, and now that I am confident in driving, I love driving. I'm like, no, I actually would prefer to drive. Mm-hmm. Please let me. Because now I'm like, what is this person doing?
I don't know if I'm not confident in driving yet, but...
See, and it's progress.
Exactly, that's what it is. Like, I just have to, get through my struggles a little bit more, and then I'll be like, okay.
Yes. Yes, it takes so much time. Yeah. And that's okay.
It does.
It's totally fine.
It does, and that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Literally.
And another thing is, like, with social interactions. If, like I remember in high school and middle school, kids would, like, try to start rumors about me. And I would, like, in middle school, I was not confident. I would be like, I know they're talking about me, but I'm just going to sit over here in my turtle shell and, like, whatever. Nope. High school, I was like, you know what? I'm over this. I'm over being bullied my whole life. I'm over people talking about me negatively for no reason. I'm over caring what people think.
Good.
I'm over people spreading rumors about me and me just letting it happen. So I started confronting people. I got confidence in myself to walk up to people and be like, I know that's not what I am. Or I know that what you're telling people I did, I know I didn't do that. So how about you just, like, get a life and stop? Like, why are you taking time out of your day to make something up about someone that you don't even know?
That's true.
Like, they didn't even know me, and they're just, like, making, like, why?
It's just a waste of time, yeah.
And then, so then people started being like, oh, Erin's scary, Erin's intimidating, like, I'm not going to spread rumors about her anymore. And then I started becoming known as, like, the scary whatever, but I'd much rather be known as intimidating and, like, unapproachable until people really get to know me and know that I really am nice. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be known as that than, like, oh, that's the girl I can bully and, like, she's just a pushover. Like, yeah, let's spread rumors about her just because that's what we want to occupy ourselves with for the week.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
All right.
So, the journey from nerd to popular.
All right, so whenever I think of that, I'm thinking not the typical nerd and not the typical popular situation.
Like the cliches, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like nerd as in you're so passionate about something your whole life and, like, you never lose that passion. Yeah. It kind of becomes, it's
an interest, yeah.
And someone could be like, oh, that's your personality. Mm-hmm. But
just so annoying.
Yes, it is. But, whenever you're so into that, it can be sometimes all you talk about.
True.
So people will get a little, like, chill out.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it's also, like, so amazing that people have passions like that, and they carry that with them throughout their whole life.
And I think that could help them, too. Become, not popular, but, like, that's what, when people see, like, people have passion about things, I feel like that makes them more, like,
successful
and, like, I feel like they have, like, admiration.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they become more admired in that way.
Yes, because usually people who have a passion, they're so determined to, like, continue to stick with it.
They chase
or
it.
Get better at it or chase their dreams. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you do end up being popular for that.
It's a crazy thing how it works. So nerd to popular, more like nerd becoming popular. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like for me personally, I was always like, oh, all she ever does is talk about dance, and all she ever wants to do is dance. Because, like, even in school, I was always dancing. Like, in my seat during tests, I'd be like, just dancing. The teacher would be like, aren't you supposed to be taking your test? I'd be like, oh, yeah. I'm just sitting there, like, going over my dances. But kids would be like, oh, she's so annoying. Like, at recess, whenever we had recess, Oh,
I don't
yeah.
miss that.
I would be
do not miss
on
that.
the playground just dancing. The teacher would be like, you're in a skirt. Like, let's
But
not.
that shows the passion.
And then, like, people would bully me for it. And they'd be like, oh, you're not even, like, that good. But that's also, like, that goes into, like, people who peak at a younger age or, like, in high school.
True, yeah.
To people who are peaking as they're older. And I believe I have not even peaked yet. Like, I am glad I didn't. I don't want to.
No.
The popular kids, in high school, well, usually they might be considering themselves popular, but most kids in high school, like, we don't even like the popular kids. No one really does. Sorry to tell you guys that.
I don't want to say popular. I just feel like more of like, I feel like popular gets like confused with like trying to fit in. And I feel like if you try to fit in, that's kind of what makes you lose the appeal.
Yeah, and like sometimes whenever you try to fit in, like you lose yourself.
Yes, exactly.
And I did lose myself.
Exactly.
At a point. And then I realized, no, like I need to, if what I want to do does not go with the norm, then that's fine. I just want to be myself.
But it makes you authentic too.
Yes.
And I feel like that's rare to find these days.
It is.
Actual true authenticity.
And just like being real and raw about what you love.
Exactly. Because people are scared to do it too. That's why they're scared. I think that's why people try to fit in.
Yes.
Because they want to be normal.
Yes. Everyone wants to just, like, some people are fine with not being noticed. And some people, that's all they want. And that's sometimes, whenever it's all they focus on, then it's like in the wrong way.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You can overload.
Yeah, and like, I just remember, like, all of a sudden, I went from being like, oh, all she ever does is dance. Then it turned into like, wow. Like, as we got older, people were like,
well, all she does is dance.
Like, she really does practice and like work really hard.
The dedication showed, yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, like the girls that dance would be like, oh, you're a tryhard, or like whatever they wanted to say. They didn't want to invite me to things. I was annoying. Well, now who is at a performing arts college?
And congrats to you.
Thank you. And you too. But it's just crazy how things work out.
Yeah, really it is. But that's because you stuck to what you did and what you loved. And I feel like that's really what matters. And that's what I guess can make someone popular and someone successful and liked. Yeah,
and even if you're not popular your whole life, at some point in your life, like, you will find your people.
And that's, seriously, I absolutely agree with that.
And we finally, like, I feel like we finally, at this school that we're at, like, we found
our people, yeah. I agree.